am joined this week by 49ers first-round draft pick, Javon Kinlaw. Javon, before we get into any serious questions, there is something that we have to discuss first and foremost, and that is, how is Mr. Kinlaw doing? We're talking about your dad, who went viral during the draft, and we haven't heard from him since. How's Dad doing now halfway into the season?
He chilling. I mean, I don't really know what to say. I mean, he called me every once in a while and be like, you know, he just want to know how's it going, what's going on. You know, he see we got injuries and things, so he kind of see what's going on. He be in the loop at all times. And his favorite thing to say, like every time we'd be on the phone talking, he'd be like, "Yeah, 49ers, that's my team. 30 years since Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. 30 years." And he said every time. So I mean, I don't really know. He chilling, I guess.
He's got to be a proud papa. Like, I mean, if you're a fan of the 49ers, knowing the history and the legacy of this team,
Yeah.
And now his son is playing for that same team, I mean, he's got to be loving all of this.
Yeah, he like me. He don't say too much about it, but I know he be bragging a lot. I already know.
That's what dads are supposed to do. So we love it. Shout out to Mr. Kinlaw, George Kinlaw, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him you said that. He gonna lose his mind.
For sure. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about you. You're midway through your first NFL season. Just how would you describe these last 7 months, looking back from the draft until right now, going into week 10? How would you describe it all?
Just soaking it in day by day, honestly. Just living in the moment, taking it one day at a time, you know. But from way back then to now, it's been a grind, honestly, you know, from the time the draft process started to where I'm at now. Yeah, it's been a heck of a grind. Like, this has probably been one of the toughest grinds like I've had when it come down to football, you know. Just it's like, because this has been like this is going to be like a whole year of football from like January to February or whatever. I don't know, but I know it's a long year. So, but it's been cool. I love it. You know, I ain't really thinking about it too much, just grinding the grind. That's all.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you? Has anything been a surprise or a bigger challenge than you assumed coming into the NFL?
Just the technique. That's it. Just the one thing that surprised me though was the physicality, because I felt like it was gonna be a more physical like league, but it wasn't. So that surprised me. And two, definitely the technique. Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me.
So how have you seen yourself develop over the last few weeks? I know you said you were talking in a press conference and you said that's just something that you want to work on, is just being a better player on the field and working on your technique. But how have you seen yourself develop?
I feel like I've taken a few strides when it comes as far as technique and playing with my hands and doing what Coach Kasherick want me to do, you know. But as far as making plays and things like that, I haven't really got there yet. Just still fine-tuning a lot of stuff. But, you know, it'll come. It'll come. But right now, yeah, definitely I've made a lot of strides when it comes to certain things that Coach want me to do.
Something that's not discussed a lot is that you have the third most quarterback pressures by an NFL rookie, but people just seem to always be enamored by sacks. That's what everybody, you know, quantifies as success. But you seem to have a team first attitude. Instead of, you know, saying, you know, I want X stats or these kind of stats, you're worried about the wins. Give me details about this mentality that you bring.
Well, I mean, you know, being a D lineman, you always want to get sacks. You know, I'll be lying. I'll be sitting here lying if I didn't say I don't think about sacking QB all day. Like, I think about it all day. And for it not to happen for me, it's kind of like, dang, like it's kind of frustrating, but I handle it well at the same time. You know, I'm not really tripping on it. Again, it comes with playing football. It comes with being a D lineman. You got to sack the quarterback. That's what you got to do. But people from the outside trying to look in, they don't really realize in this league, it's very hard to sack the quarterback, especially being a young guy coming in, trying to figure out how to play good football, along with trying to figure out how to sack the quarterback. It just takes time. You know, it takes time. And I realize that, and the people around me realize that, and I'll get there. Just got to keep stacking days on top of each other.
We don't doubt that at all, but you seem like you're sometimes pretty hard on yourself, which I remember you were saying someone asked about your performance and you said it was average. I think we're all, in a sense, our worst critics, but how did you become so hard on yourself, and does that help push you in your professional career?
I'm so hard on myself just because I know where I've been, and I feel like certainly, like I feel like I'm not even supposed to be here. So me being in this league, I'm gonna have to push. I'm gonna have to want to be the best, because I feel like I'm not even supposed to belong here. Like everything that I endured to get to this point, so it's only right that I go out as one of the greatest.
Love that mentality.
Yeah.
Obviously, this 49ers team has been dealing with a number of injuries since week 1, but this team seems to continue to fight. What do you attribute that to? Is it something? Is it someone? What is it about this team?
This team is just full of dogs. You know, it's just that's the only thing I can really put on top of it. Put my mind to something. Just dogs, man. Just dogs. Hard people, hard-nosed guys that want to win, that want to fight, and you know they won't go out without a fight. So, and I love it. You know, I love being around guys like that. It just makes it that much easier to want to push yourself to play hard. You know, when you know the man next to you is going just as hard, if not harder than you. So.
You recently tweeted, "The easiest dog to pick on is the wounded one, but you can't keep him down for too long. Just watch." Tell me a little bit behind this tweet. Where did it come from? What's the mindset behind this statement, especially when you're looking at, these last couple of games you guys have gone through?
All right, I'm gonna take it back for you. I'm gonna break it down. So, I went to JUCO in Mississippi and whatnot. I ain't trying to like get off topic, but my folks down there, they always kept some dogs, and they mutt dogs. So like a mutt dog is like one of the strongest dogs like to kill. So these dogs, like they'll try to fight cows, coyotes, like just whatever, and sometimes these dogs come back with gashes, gapes, like limping, like just cuts everywhere. But you give them a couple days, guess what? They're right back in the woods, still chasing down cows, still chasing coyotes, whatever, So that's kind of where I got it from. I always, you just can't keep a real dog down for too long. You just can't do it. You can't.
And how does that, I love this analogy that you have here. How does this kind of connect with this current 49ers team, or if it's you and like personal?
Well, shoot, we gassed right now. We banged up. We really banged up. But we got other guys that can come in and do what guys above us have been doing, at the same level. But like I said, once these guys next year, like once these guys come back, like, all right, we're gonna see. That's just, that's what I mean by that.
Make sure you subscribe.